Big news on the Killing A Duramax video series, progress report on Derringer tuners for Ram trucks, and ATS Diesel is using Banks equipment. Let's get into it.
Okay, Corey, you do the honors.
Let's bang this turkey.
There it is.
Okay, big news on our Killing A Duramax video series. As you know, we made 1,004 horsepower on the L5P in dyno cell number 2. Which has all stock internals minus the Banks back comp cam, precision turbo, S&S pump, and injectors, etc.
1003! Oh my God, Jesus!
So a few days after we broke the 1,000 horsepower mark, we received a request to bid on a huge engine contract for okay, we can't say that, so you bleep me out. Got it. Okay, good. Out of all the engine manufacturers around the world, they chose Banks. Of course, they were familiar with the JLTV engine program. As you know, every joint light tactical vehicle is equipped with a Banks D866T engine. So reached out to us and said, here's what we're looking for. And our engineering team responded with, well, we'll spec it out, we'll build one. But here's the catch. This requires a dedicated dyno cell, and the ones at Banks Tech, where the JLTV engines are assembled, tuned, and tested, are all in use 7 days a week. So out goes the Killing A Duramax L5P, and in goes a... Now, I spoke to Gail yesterday, and as soon as this project for is completed, he said we'll be wheeling the L5P back into the cell, bolting on a set of compound turbos, and running it until it dies. But for now, the Killing A Duramax engine project is on pause. In this week's R&D update, Banks engineers are feverishly at work on an all-new Derringer tuner for Ram Cummins trucks. Now, some of you have been hearing about the Derringer for the Cummins trucks since we released the one for Duramax L5Ps almost 2 years ago. And you probably don't believe that we're going to come out with one. Well, the Ram requires all new hardware and programming. It shares almost nothing with the Duramax tuner. So we couldn't just port one over to the other. So it's not like the other inline tuners on the market where one tune fits every truck. Our tuners are designed for the specific year, make, and model. And the Rams that we're making the new Derringer tuner for range from 2013 to 2020, which, by the way, is designed and manufactured right here in California, not China. Ram owners, we hear ya, and we're working full throttle on this tuner and some other goodies for your trucks. In our new PedalMonster stories, we take a ride with Brandon in his 2018 GMC Sierra. So we met up with him at the Quarantine Cruise in Huntington Beach, California a couple of weeks ago. And by the way, if you're in SoCal, the Quarantine Cruise happens every 3 weeks or so about, and it's pulling over 1,500 cars and trucks, new and vintage. It's so much fun, and the cops love it. So Brandon rolled up in his 2020 C8 Corvette, and we said, hey, we're looking to get a couple of people with new vets to try out the PedalMonster. What do you think? And he said, whoa, 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 I've got a 2018 GMC with a 6.2 liter in it, and it's a slug. That's what I want the PedalMonster for. The engine's got enough power, he said. It just takes too much effort to access it. Here's what he says about the PedalMonster and his GMC.
Oh yeah, I feel it immediately. I really do. This is crazy.
If you'd like to try out a PedalMonster, use the dealer locator at the top of bankspower.com, call your local authorized Banks retailer, tell them you're coming down to try it out. They'll put it in your car, you'll take a spin around the block, and you'll go,
I've never driven so fast in my life.
In our iDash on the road segment, ATS Diesel, famous for their transmissions and turbo systems, we're getting kind of tired of their antiquated data acquisition equipment in their trucks and dyno cells. So who did they call?
Who you gonna call?
Not Ghostbusters. Banks! What did they request? iDash DataMonsters, and a lot of them. Next up is our dealer spotlight, where we visited with Tommy Lowry at Off the Grid Motorsports. From its quick start, it has grown substantially in 4 short years, starting off work by himself at an old gas station.
Here you can buy gasoline and oil for your car.
They could barely fit 2 cars in it. His company has grown to over 7,500 square feet with 5 techs. Off the Grid Motorsports can best be described as a shop that can do almost anything a customer wants to their truck or Jeep. And get this, they're even known for their amazing work on Mustangs. In the past 4 years, they've done 4 SEMA builds and have built up quite a reputation for their LS engine swaps. They do bed liners, they work on cars, trucks, just about anything with wheels. Oh wait, scratch that. They work on boats too. If you want quality work and you want Banks parts and you're in the Canton, Ohio area, hit them up. Next up, we go back to 2012 for our time machine by way of ludicrous speed. Icon lead designer and chief executive Jonathan Ward planned his next classic automotive design build around the Anvil Strong Cummins 5.9 powertrain, heading straight to Gale Banks for assistance. He knew that for power reliability and durability, Banks offered a full range of proven power-enhancing products, and knew that Gale knew enough about the engine to get a world record using the 5.9 at Bonneville. Ward was also confident that the engineering team at Banks would be able to modify or design components to fit his one-off design. The 5.9 Cummins put out 975 pound-feet of torque. In addition to the engine upgrades, a bevy of Banks parts were added to the truck, including a 6-gun diesel tuner, a Banks IQ interface that raised up from the dashboard, pretty cool, with the touch of a button, and a Monster Ram intake manifold, a Banks Monster exhaust with dual exits, and a Banks Brake intelligent exhaust braking system. And don't forget about the water methanol injection system too. In our new product segment, we shine the spotlight on the new Ram air intake for the 2018 to 2020 Jeep Wrangler JL 3.6 liter and the 2020 Gladiator 3.6 liter. Available with either oiled or dry filters for dusty environments, this system literally embarrasses the stock system by outflowing it by a massive 82%, not only boosting power, but leading the way to some better mileage. And get this, the Banks Ram Air beats the nearest competitor by providing 21.6% more airflow. Greater flow, greater dirt capacity, cooler, denser, rich air, and more power. And yes, you can snap one up at bankspower.com. Stay glued to our Facebook and Instagram feeds, and be sure to subscribe to the Banks Power and Banks Insider YouTube channels to keep up on the latest Banks news. COVID ain't slowing us down. We're here and we're pumping out power. I'm gonna do a pirouette just to prove it. Woo-hoo-hoo! Yeah! Right?